young offenders.
King 5's Chris Ingalls has obtained sex tapes from inside the facility's walls, proof of security officers having sex with inmates while leaving their posts empty and unsecured.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a great and wonderful day. Well, what we have here is insanity. Insanity that I wish I didn't have to know. Insanity that I thought that my eyes were almost doused into bleach. Well, technically they were, because after seeing what I had to witness, it's nothing something short great of a tragedy. And what I mean by that is that apparently we had inmates, female guards, security guards, pretty much going out and I don't know, doing the hooky pooky with some prison inmates. Yeah, that's right. It really makes me concerned on how we gotten this far down into the base of destruction and reality, because this is absolutely crazy. This is insane here, and you guys ain't gonna like it.
A young couple in a private locked room recording an intimate moment. In this day and age, it may not be that uncommon. What's extraordinary about this tape? Where it's happening and who these people are. They're locked away in a linen closet at Washington's maximum security juvenile detention center.
Yeah, and it seems it just gets worse from here as well, because it's like, it is crazy. And what you're going to find out is that this person is doing it with is insane. Yeah. Well, see, what you guys don't really seem to know is that they made an OnlyFans here. Yeah, there was OnlyFans girls. I don't know what's going on here. OnlyFans is now considered to be an epidemic to our society, and it needs to be obliterated. It needs to be obliterated because this debauchery needs to stop. This insanity needs to stop here, and you'll find out that this guy was not only just a freak of these people are not a freak of nature, but this guy was a criminal, mind you. Yeah, he was what are we doing here? Like, ladies, well, give us a sign. Tell us on how we can succeed here, because there's something no light at the end of the tunnel here. It seems there's just darkness and blackness. Apparently, we got to be criminals to get you now, because that's what what is going on here.
The Green Hill School in Chehalis houses males up to the age of 25 convicted of violent crimes. 22-year-old Robert Thompson is an inmate. Emily Baker is the Green Hill security officer on duty for the night shift. Equally jolting as a sex tape behind bars is the incredible lack of security that allowed it to happen. Records obtained by King 5 show at 4:55 in the morning, during strict lockdown hours, another security officer unlocked Thompson's cell under the pretense that Baker needed the inmate to tidy up the linen closet.
It hurts to be looked at as a killer and a person without sorrow.
As King 5 reported in 2022, Thompson is serving 40 years for the murders of Puyallup shopkeeper Soonja Nam and Thompson's accomplice, who he feared would turn him into police. Despite that violent history, records show Thompson spent 18 minutes locked away in the linen closet, alone with Baker, before this happened.
Yes, you heard that right. You heard that right. This woman here, I'm assuming that she can't, the way that she looks, man, like she can't even get any other person outside of the real world, so she has to go to the inmate aisle, and apparently she went out to go have happy fun time with a inmate that did murder. So the guy, essentially what he did is that he murdered the lady, the shopkeeper, and then because of like, well, I can't get caught here, so I'm gonna go murder my friend here that helped me with this situation, murdered him. And this person here, this lady here, this security guard, which somehow she was able to bypass and get through the physical requirements to become a security guard, which means that in Washington, security is very lax and you could probably break through easily. She just went to go hump the juice, all right? To give the bit of a guy with a squeeze here, pushing for the cushion, if you know what I mean. It's crazy. It is absolutely insane. I don't know what we're doing here. I think we're living in a simulation because this is insane. But it doesn't end here, guys. It gets worse. So this hasn't happened once but twice in the Washington prison. I don't know about you guys, but the insanity here is through the roof. And it seems that the insanity is ongoing because another woman has done this with the same guy. Decided to do this. I don't know what world we're living in here. Females, what is going on? You need to explain something to me because the last time I saw this, like there was this book here that you guys had that was insane. Like this book here, right? This book here, the Morning Glory Milking Farm. What is this, guys? What is this? What are we doing here? I don't know what's going on. You women are apparently going after minotaurs with this, and now criminals. Criminals that committed murder. What is happening here? I don't understand. I need help. We all need help. We need understanding.
A knock at the door that's followed a minute later by a phone call.
Everybody in there's going to talk. No matter how much you think people keep secrets, they don't.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
In all honesty, Emily, I think we feel very uncomfortable.
I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to do that.
It's unclear who the man is that's scolding Baker on the phone, but he may be the same employee who unlocked Thompson's cell door. The secret rendezvous seems like something that would be nearly impossible to pull off in a high-security facility with cameras everywhere. But we've learned it's happened more than once.
Oh my God.
This is another sex tape. That's security officer Michelle Goodman last year, 3 months before Baker's tape. She's having sex with a 23-year-old inmate, unidentified in court records, in the employee locker room at Green Hill. Goodman was fired last year for inappropriate non-sexual contact with inmates. The sex tape later came to light in a civil suit filed by the 23-year-old inmate.
Thank you, everyone. You can be seated.
Last month, Goodman faced a charge of custodial sexual misconduct.
Or misconduct, excuse me, in the first degree.
I'm guilty.
And admitted to the sex tape crime.
So yeah, I don't know what's going on here. This is insane. This is absolutely wild. Now, I have more to say about this, and I will very briefly, but this is not the only thing that they did, including with having the great time of their life with these inmates. They also brought in cell phones and vape pens, or rather marijuana, etc., stuff like that. So not only did they just, have the doofy, they also went and had gave these criminals other stuff as well. What are we doing here exactly? What is this insanity that we have here? This is the reason why I think that female security guards need to be banned. Like this is just straight up insane. There's going to be more emphasis on this and all that because I'm at my wit's end here of the insanity that I am listening to.
Baker also pleaded guilty to her crimes and was sentenced earlier this month to 7 years in prison.
Parties agreed to recommend to the court that I impose the 84 months, followed by the 36 months of community custody.
In addition to their sex crimes, both women admitted to smuggling contraband into Green Hill, like cell phones and marijuana. According to the Lewis County deputy prosecutor who charged the women, it's a complete breakdown in security.
It tells me that there's something wrong with the environment. It shouldn't be happening. This is during lockdown hours, and it tells me that there's more going on that we haven't been able to find out about everything that's going on in Green Hill.
So these cases are so crazy, we went straight up to the governor's office for a reaction to all this. A spokesperson says Governor Ferguson inherited a challenging situation. In his first year, she says the governor's appointed a new DCYF secretary and new superintendents at all 3 secure juvenile rehabilitation centers in Washington. So you might call that cleaning house. And DCYF also says it's proposing things like changes to the staffing model so counselors don't have to work as security officers. They can focus more on inmates' mental health. But you can see there's a lot of things going on there, and it needs a lot of work.
A lot of things that need a lot of work, huh? Well, that's an understatement of the world here. That's an understatement of everything. And she also says there's something going very wrong. Yes, it's saying there's something going very wrong. In fact, this is just not for this state, though. It's an ongoing epidemic here. What we have here, even if we go look at Rock here, right, and we go see on like how common is it when female security guards have relations with prison inmates, and we end up finding out here that it seems to be a lot more than we thought. It's averaging about 743 a year, which is 2,229 substantiated incidents of staff at inmate of sexual of status on inmates, and then as of these 1,549, 69% involved of sexual misconduct, including the happy fun time, touching, or other acts of gratification or abuse. The remaining 31% were sexual harassment without contact. Oh yeah, because that's a typical thing. 67% of staff misconduct perpetrators were female, about 1,038 incidents over 3 years, and 71% of all staff on inmate victimization victims were male. So, yeah, and I'm going to also assume that males also do this, but it is kind of insane on how crazy this is. And, by the way, guys, this is the reason why I want to do an interview. If you go back, I have somebody that worked in the jail, stuff like that, the things that they haven't encountered. And apparently, the reason why they were searching for like more male security guards is because they were getting sick and tired of the females having sexual relations with the inmates. Like, he got hired, part of the reason why is because he was a male and he would not have relations with the inmates. What are we doing here? This is not like a small thing that's going on here. It's a pretty big thing. And then again, if you go down here with what is the percentage of females being attracted to murderers? It says among prison and jail employees, one estimate suggests upwards of 4% of Canadian prison and jail staff exhibits signs of hysterophilia based on criminological observations. This is nobody higher than in the general population. Stuff like that. In 1996, of women participating in prison-based support programs for offenders, 80% reported to a history of sexual or physical abuse, which is often correlated with hysterophilia in research. So, I don't know about you guys, but there's something seems to be seriously wrong with this, right? What are we doing here? And then we have this is like stop. It says inmates having relations with female guards sues jail for harassment, for sexual harassment. So we have this here, and then we have this here. Employees recorded it as this is the one we had here. We had this here where juvie security guard accused of grooming inmate, this is the woman here. So these are the two things that we have. You have female correction officers and inmate sexual personal relations. The Casey White escape, where she pretty much let inmates escape. What are we? And then, why are so many female prison guards having affairs with inmates? Experts say poor training and vetting procedures are behind rise in illicit relationships, as 18 women are dismissed at just one jail alone. 18 women in just one jail. What is going on, ladies? You have to give me the reason why. Women give men a lot of crap for saying men are shit, all this stuff. But yet, ladies, how are you supposed to compete with actual criminals? You want us to become criminals here? What's going on? I don't know what else to tell you, but I am not going to become a criminal. I'm not going to go murder someone just so I have an actual chance with a lady here. This is insane. I don't. Guys, what are we doing exactly? These inmates, it's crazy. It's crazy. There's so many of these women having these relationships with these inmates. It's like you can't compete with this. How do you compete with a criminal, man? This is crazy. This is absolutely wild behavior. I did research, and I thought, okay, my friend said this. Okay, well, this is just one instance, right? This is one instance. It's not a big deal. It's not an ongoing thing. I'm pretty sure, like, maybe this happens from time to time, but it is what it is. But apparently, it's such a big deal in this one state alone that there's a news report on it, and then you find out when you do research, there's all kinds of ladies just bumping it up with inmates. This is crazy. We need to just not have female prisoner guards, all right? We cannot be having them, because obviously if we end up having these female prison guards, they're just going to be bumping up with the inmates, and we can't be having this, right? This is insanity here. So yeah, let's just ban female prison guards, please, just for the love of God. I mean, even though with the insanity here, we had the female where she decided to have an affair with 5 to 6 other police officers. Like, I don't know what else to tell you, but having them in this type of work is just causing mayhem and destruction, and I don't think we need to have them in here anymore. Like, I'm sorry, ladies. For the ladies that don't do this, I understand, but there's got to be a fine line to where we just need to stop, and I think the fine line of stopping this is just not letting have female prison guards. This is insane here. This is wild, and I can't believe this is going on. My God. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share. As always, take care, my friends.